Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. It's raining where I am, so I'm not sure if you're facing the same cozy weather that I am, but regardless, thank you for joining us during our lunchtime. We're very excited to do a follow-up session to our introduction with AspireNXT from last week. So today, I'm just going to give you a one-liner. We're going to learn a lot more about cloud technology and also see a demonstration of how it's practiced, what are some of the users it has for, I guess, everyday consumers like us. So without any further ado, I would like to pass it over to AspireNXT and thank them again for their time on this very cozy Monday afternoon. Thank you, everyone, and have a great session.
Thank you so much, Hami. Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we launch into this engaging and immersive session, I would like to introduce you to us here at AspireNXT. We are an AWS advanced consulting partner, and we have assisted customers in starting off their cloud journey with different services offered by AWS. Our headquarters are based in Singapore, but we have operations running in Malaysia, India, and the US. Without further ado, I'm going to pass the session over to our speaker, Ms. Manasa, to take this forward.
Thank you, Shubha. Hello, everyone. This is Manasa Bhagi from AspireNXT. Maybe Nadia, you would want to put the next slide. Yeah, so I'm here today to talk about myself first. Of course, give just an overview of how my journey had been so far. From transforming into a data engineer to a senior data architect. So I am working as a senior data architect with AspireNXT, and it's been like about 2 years since I've been associated with the company. Now, what? So I was into data right from the beginning when I joined AspireNXT. So before AspireNXT, I was not really into the cloud computing technologies, but still I was a developer and I was into IT solutions. Now, when I joined as a data engineer into AspireNXT, I was an entry-level data engineer who doesn't have much experience in cloud computing or cloud computing platforms or technologies, but I was onboarded into an engaging project, a long-term project which was engaged with AspireNXT, and of course, the journey had been wonderful, working with AWS technology, working on AWS technologies, and of course, in AspireNXT. So what I do currently is I'm a data architect. So I lead the big data team here, and I ensure end-to-end delivery of all the solutions, all the services that we propose to clients on big data. And I'm also responsible for the design and implementation of the projects. And of course, I get myself involved in coordinating with the clients, so that the delivery of the projects happens on time, and so that we meet their expectations. So when I joined as a data engineer, without any knowledge on cloud computing, I wouldn't say not without knowledge of cloud computing, but without any knowledge on AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. As all of you know, Amazon Web Services is a cloud computing platform by Amazon, which has 10 number of services provided for every kind of the need that arises from a customer or from an enterprise or from an organization or even an individual. Without much deep knowledge into AWS, when I onboarded into the project, it was not really very difficult to get into it, because the ease with which you navigate through the services, the ease with which you understand the flow, or the ease with which Amazon provides you between various services is just commendable. So So we delivered a project like in 3 months, and of course it was a successful project. And then the journey was just unstoppable. So we had been, I had been getting involved into various design because since developing and executing projects on AWS is very easy. So I was responsible, and I was pulled into designing the solutions, and then of course trying to implement using various services. And then the journey just continued, and today I'm the senior data architect here. Moving to the next slide. So the session today is not to probably equip you too much detail of technology. Of course, I mean some technology detail will be shown in the demo, but my agenda is to acquaint you all with cloud, which is like the trending technology right now, trending platforms which are being used across the world. Now, what is cloud? So cloud, when you say today people are talking about cloud, but say 10 years back when there was no cloud, or rather cloud was just budding, right? That is when what IT giants, big IT giants used to do is they used to host infrastructure in-house. That means they used to have these big data centers where they used to put in huge investments and host their in-house infrastructure. So what used to happen with that is, one is it comes with a huge cost, and also high availability has to be present, and along with tremendous maintenance that has to be carried out. So this involves, of course, resources which have to be pulled into the company and dedicated only for this purpose. Now, as we progressed in technology, as the world moved ahead and progressed in technology, the concept called cloud has come in. Now, I can now, in simple terms, like it's written here, it's nothing but a collection of servers that are present in a data center. Now, whatever is a data center that is hosted on in a lab in a IT company is hosted somewhere else, but that can be accessed from anywhere. So this is like a collection of services in data center all over the world. Now, what it enables us to do is, you can sit anywhere in the world and access anything you want. I mean, you have your files. You don't have to really have a server sitting in your house to store your files. You can store it somewhere on the cloud somewhere, and then access it over internet, right? And from any device, you log in from a laptop, from a workstation, whatever it is. So you can access from anywhere. So there is so cloud mainly works on a concept called virtualization. So virtualization is nothing but, now when I say I need 10 applications to be running, I don't really have to launch, or I don't really have to set up 10 servers for that. So what we do is, we have one big server, and we have small containers inside. Now if you see on the right side, you have like small containers inside that one big server, right? Which will enable us to run all the 10 applications in one server. So this whole concept is called virtualization. Virtualization is these 10 servers which we had in one big server. They share the same resources of the main server, but still it doesn't appear to us like that. It still appears as different servers for us. It appears as there are 10 different servers. So cloud computing mainly works on that concept. Now, so it's all over internet. Now you can just access cloud from a browser, or from an app, and of course, so you might get a doubt. Now, if I can access over web, is there a place for security? Yes, it's highly secure. Now so of course, I can take an AWS as an example, right? So the infrastructure setup or the environment setup can be done in such a way that, say for example, only Aspire wants to read the data, or only you guys will want to read your own data, or you don't want us to look into the data. It's easily configurable. It is on the net, but it is completely private to you. So cloud is, in all, I can say cloud is scalable. Now you want 10 servers, you want 20 servers. You don't really have to go and buy the infrastructure. You'll have to launch the virtual machines or whatever you want on it, and just pay as you use. So you say you use for 1 hour, you only pay for 1 hour. Instead of going and getting a huge server and hosting in your place, this is like a very efficient and scalable process. course, it is flexible and it is cost efficient, because I say it is because it works on a concept called pay as you go, as you use, and it is sustainable. You don't have to maintain big data centers in your place, which obviously might scale, might not scale, might be maintainable, might not be maintainable, and of course you're cutting so much cost out there without hosting your own data centers, right? So this is more about cloud. It's just cloud in general. Yeah, going to the next slide. Yeah, so these are nothing but the advantages that I had been talking through, in the previous slide. Now, if you see, so it's highly secure. So it's all in your hands to configure your data. Your data is all in your hands. You just have to configure it in such a way that the security is maintained. And when you say, now you might again get a doubt that now say I can get an IBM mainframe or what, a big workstation, and then I'll get super storage. Why do I have to go to cloud? What if I don't get the storage, needed storage there? This is high. This is you get unlimited storage capacity when you are in cloud, right? And services is pay per use, as I said. There's mobility. So mobility, as in now you can go sit anywhere in the world, you can access whatever you want. And low maintenance cost, because you really don't have to maintain any servers. It's all serverless. When we say serverless, there are actually servers running at the back end. Some might get confused that it's the serverless, that means there is no server at all running, but everything needs a server to be running at the back end, but you don't maintain it. So when you say serverless, you just use the services that are provided back in. Which server is running, what is being installed on that, do I have to manage the licenses and all? No, absolutely not. You don't have to do that. It's all serverless. Now, of course, excellent accessibility, improved collaboration. Now you can talk to anyone, anywhere, and then you go, say you work with your friend, who's sitting in some other country, right? And you both want to work on the same code, right? Now, for example, or same application, right? When you host that application on cloud, it's very easy for both of you to collaborate and work on it. Now, if you have a desktop application, you can never have another person access it, or rather it is very complex where you have to configure so many things. So these are the main advantages of cloud computing. Yeah, Nadia, can you go to the next slide? So these are, if you see the slide, so here are all the major cloud service providers, right? So one is Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, which is GCP, and Salesforce, Azure, which is from Microsoft, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud. Now, so all these people have their own style of cloud platforms. Now, it probably might not be justifiable to compare them, because everyone is a pioneer in their own field. I mean, in the way they're providing the services. So it's just the way we choose. And of course, like so we being the partners of Amazon Web Services, so we extensively use Amazon Web Services, and it's highly efficient and just very easy to use, and it's very easy to get onboarded, and of course develop yourselves as data architects or as data scientists. Yeah, I'd like to take a break here for any questions. Maybe I'll have the chat window.
We don't have any questions. Feel free to continue. Thank you.
Great. So yeah, if there are any questions, please do drop in the chat box. We are happy to answer. So we have Thejaswini here, who would be taking you guys through a quick demo of the cloud platform. Yeah, Thejaswini.
Nadia, can you just go to the next slide? Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Thejaswini, and I'm working as a cloud engineer in AspireNXT since 2 years. So as a cloud engineer, my responsibilities include architecting, designing, implementing, and supporting cloud-based infrastructure and its solutions. So to talk about my journey, initially I was working as a lead generation trainee, which was like nowhere related to what I'm doing right now. So then I was interested in learning some new technology, and I opted cloud. So AspireNXT has provided me opportunity to follow my treat, I would say. So initially I was handling the mini projects. I was learning and handling the mini projects, and with the hands-on experience I had, I was able to clear my AWS Solution Architect Associate certification. After that, I started handling the big projects, which was a bit challenging, but I learned new things and I learned implementing new services, and there's much more to learn, I would say. So yeah, Nadia, can you just, yeah, now I would like to show the AWS console, and I would like to tell about few services. Yeah, can I share my screen?
Yeah, Thejaswini, you should be able to share your screen. Are you able to click on the green screen? Yep.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yep. Yes, we can see.
Yeah, so this is the AWS console. So as Manasa said, AWS is one of the cloud service provided by Amazon. So we have n number of services here based on the user's requirement. So we have compute, storage, database, migration and transfer, management and governance, security, etc. So in compute, if you go to EC2, EC2 is a virtual server in the cloud. So I'll just show you how to launch the server on the cloud. So just click on launch server, and you have multiple options here. So you can, so this is the operating system which you can choose. Like you have Linux, CentOS. In Linux, you have different flavors like CentOS, Ubuntu, RHEL, and you have other operating system called as Windows. So I just select Linux here. Then you have many instance families, so like T2.micro, T2.small. Based on the customer requirement, like how much CPU you want and based on the memory, you can select this. So I'll just go for T2.micro now. Yeah. So this is the storage which you can add to the server. You can specify the GB here. So for now, I'm just taking 8 GB. And then I'll just click on launch. So keypad. So keypad is nothing but with the help of the keypad, you'll be able to log into the server. So when you're launching the server, it's a mandatory thing to create the keypad, or you can use the existing keypad as well. So after this, I'll just click on launch instance. It will take some 2 to 3 minutes to launch, and this is how you launch the server. So you can run any application or any website on this instance. So as Mansa said, it's like within a few clicks you'll be able to launch the server, and you don't have to maintain the server. You can also monitor. You also have the monitoring options to monitor the health of the server and all. Yeah, the server is in running state now. Do you have any doubts regarding this?
No doubts. Yeah.
Manasa, would you like to explain any other service?
Maybe Tejaswini, you can just quickly show S3 where it
Yeah.
is, where the files are stored.
So S3 is a storage service provided by Amazon. So you can store the data, access and retrieve the data. So this is the S3 console, and you can just create bucket here. And the bucket name should be unique here. So you can just give any name. Select the AWS region here according to the requirement. So S3 bucket is created, so you can store any number of objects, and the data limit to store the object is at 500 TB here. So just upload any of the object and I'll just show. So just click on add files. For example, I want to store this file. Let's select this, and click on open, and let's click on upload. Yeah, so the file is uploaded on the S3 bucket here. Yeah, this is how you store the objects in Amazon using this S3 service.
So Tejaswini, if I can ask, since I guess I don't have the tech background as some of the students and yourself, how is this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my understanding of perhaps cloud technology or what I've access to is something as simple as Google Drive, right? That I can also share resources. I can give people access to the materials that I'm using. So how is this different from something like Google Drive, or is this a bit more advanced than that? Oh, do you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how is, this type of platform different from something like Google Drive? Because I think Google Drive is something we are a bit more familiar with. So how is it a bit different from that?
Yeah, it's all the same, but Google Drive is provided by Google platform, and this is provided by Amazon Web Services, but it's a kind of same thing. This particular S3 service is used for saving the data. It's a kind of same, but it's a different cloud provider.
Oh, so but in terms of, what you can store, because you mentioned, right, you can store greater data. So is it also about the size then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, like one bucket, so this is a S3 bucket, and you can store up to like 500 TB of data here.
Oh.
But for this, you need to have an AWS account. For Google Drive, I think only your Google account is good enough to store the data.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Maybe any questions from the students? Anika, anything?
No, I think we've developed a really strong understanding. Some of our students have had to leave because they've had other activities or they've had to go and get lunch.
Okay.
But thank you so much for giving us an introduction into cloud computing.
Yes, thank you to the AspireNXT team. And what we will do is, because we have recorded this session, we can share that with the students. And what we will do is share the recording with them and see if they have any other follow-up question, and especially if they want to try out the demonstration, see if they can access AWS as well. AWS team, can you let me know, is there a student version? Is there something that they can try out for student services?
I just looked into it. I think Azure has the student platform, like they allow a free trial for students for education.
Oh, okay, awesome. Then, yeah, I think it's the AWS Educate, if I'm not wrong. So perhaps if the students want to try that out, we can connect them with AspireNXT team if they have follow-up questions as well. Yeah?
Yeah, thank you so much. And if it would be possible for those who are, able to, would it be possible to send us your LinkedIn? I saw it was on the slides, but if that's possible, I think our students would really appreciate it.
Sure. Aspire team, if you're okay, I will take it from the slides and I'll share that in that email, and then hopefully they can connect with you on LinkedIn as well. Manasa, Thejaswini, is that all right?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
sure.
absolutely fine. Yeah, please go ahead.
And also you'll have the free tutorials available for AWS Azure and all in YouTube. So you can just go through that as well.
Awesome.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time. I know it was a very quick session, but really eye-opening, I think, to what the possibilities are with cloud, and of course the two ladies here who shared your own journey. It's not, I take it that it's not always the smoothest of journeys when it comes in going into technology, but very heartening to hear that, it's still very rewarding and you are hopefully having fun along the way. I think that's also very important, right? Having fun along the way.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Awesome.
It was nice talking to you all. It was a good journey. Yeah.
That's Anika. Okay, thank you everyone for your time once more. I'll see you soon, and I think we will connect everyone online. If you have any questions, students, you're more than welcome to, drop the ladies a note on LinkedIn, and of course, AspireNXT team. Maybe I'll get an email from Nadia, and we can see if we can connect the girls to you directly as well, if that's all right.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Tell them.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Bye.